Milk Crate Marauder.
Pat Cooper's online. He's having a nervous breakdown.
Why? Oh, wait a second. Pat Cooper wants to say something, Steve. Hold on. Let's get them both on. Yeah, Pat.
Hello.
Pat, we're on with Steve from Geraldo's office.
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Pat.
How are you? Let me tell you something about your friend Geraldo. This guy here ain't got the guts of a turd. I'm going to tell you something. How this guy ever gets publicity on any show is a disgrace. First of all, he's the guy that says G. Gordon Liddy admired because G. Gordon Liddy was the guy that didn't screen anybody. Meanwhile, Geraldo screamed on everybody. That goes to show you Geraldo's class. You tell Geraldo if I was in 62, I'd break his face.
Oh, come on, Pat. Geraldo's a big fan of yours.
He's not a fan of mine. This guy did a double deal on me. I'll never forgive him for it, and he knows it. You tell this man to be a man all the time, not a part-time man. We're sitting over here listening to Howard give this guy what? Well, Geraldo. Who the hell is Geraldo? There's no talent. The man is a fart.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
It's so much funnier in the office when it's not cleaned up.
I know. Hey, Pat.
I'm not trying to be funny, Howard. You know something, Howard?
Yeah.
I love you dearly.
Well, I know you do.
But you know something? You're wasting your valuable time. This guy will only stand in your way from becoming bigger than you are because he's jealous of what you are. That's the whole truth in the whole story. He's a skeevosa.
Hey, let me tell you something, Pat, and Steve also.
Steve, I'm not angry at you, Steve.
Thank you, Pat.
No, let me just say something here. The thing is, I made a deal with Geraldo.
Yeah.
I agreed to come on his TV show. If he would come on mine, we made a deal. Regardless of what's gone down between you guys in the past, Pat, and you've said that Geraldo double-crossed you. I feel double-crossed only in that we shook on something.
But that's his style. You read his life story, he's never on the money. The man is never on the money. That is his style. You listen to his life story and read it, you'll find out he never keeps the word completely. He's always got a door open in case the wind shifts.
Well, now, you see, Geraldo has thrown me he's thrown me a curve. He said, okay, I'll fight Wednesday at my gym. Now, you know how hard it is to pull a TV show together, Pat.
Well, that's why he did it, because he wants to bust your cucumbers.
Right.
You understand what I'm telling you? Don't you tell the guy, I ain't coming down, okay? You ain't that important enough. Forget about it next time downtown. Who needs your aggravation? And first of all, to go fight in that neighborhood, let him fight. That's why he has to be a fighter to go in that neighborhood.
Well, listen, Pat.
I can't understand. What kills me is the airways pushing these guys that don't mean nothing. They don't contribute nothing. All they do is take, and all they do is poison the good people in the world because they're not talented. And it kills them that anybody that's got talent, they can't handle it. He's a jealous human being. And you listen to what I tell you, this guy will pay the piper. This guy will pay the piper. I guarantee you, because he smells everywhere he goes.
Well, now, Steve, you're saying that at 10:30, if I can produce Frank Stallone, there will be a fight.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, we have to find out where the gym is, find out that there is permission, and do a whole bunch of things.
Now you got to hope that Frank Stallone turns around and he can make it. If Frank Stallone can't make it, I tend to be a smile on Geraldo's face.
Right. Well, that's what he's doing. I don't know if I can get Frank Stallone there.
First of all, why should you know something? Frank Stallone right now should call himself the victor. That the man did not appear at the date. That means he lost the title. He's out of the business. Next case. See it now. What's the name of the show? Watch it now. See it now. Listen to his life story.
See it now.
What is it called? See it now?
Now it can be told.
Now it can be told. Now he's telling you right now. Now it can be told a month before, 2 weeks before. He wasn't going to show up. If he has a bell, it'll be in his brains.
Let me tell you, Geraldo is taping 3 national shows on Wednesday.
I'm taping 7 national shows on my brains.
And 2 talk shows.
Yeah.
And I think, if he can fit it into his schedule, Frank can probably fit it.
But he made a promise. The man made a promise. He made a promise to America that he would show up. Now he's copping out. He wants him next week. What is that? That's ridiculous.
Not next week. He wants him in a day.
Well, that's ridiculous.
And, I got to produce that together, to put it all together. And, I was going to do a whole thing around it.
Why waste your time? There's talent out there, Howard, that needs you. Talent needs you. Don't waste it on a mop. This is a mop. Don't waste it on this guy. I'm telling you like a buddy. Because you know what's going to happen? You'll live to pay the piper by helping this guy. You trust what I tell you, Howard. I smell this guy from a mile away. This guy has no backbone. He's not a gentleman anymore. I got it in for him. You know me, Howard.
I know what you're saying.
I don't back down, brother. I'll bite his face off. This guy doesn't have any feelings for nobody's feelings but himself. He's a selfish human being.
Pat,
and he's a fan.
But you see, Pat, what I want to do is I'm going to call Geraldo's bluff here. I'm going to get it together by Wednesday. I want to see him fight Frank Stallone.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Steve, again, I'm not angry at you, Steve. Please forgive me. I just get crazy.
All right, let me speak, Pat. Let me speak to Steve now for a while.
Goodbye.
All right, goodbye. Pat. Pat's a little upset there, Steve.
I think Pat might be interested in putting on the trunks. And
I know. Maybe going a couple of rounds with Geraldo.
I think so.
But listen, you know as well as I do that this is a bit of a game we're playing here.
Yeah.
And I think what it is Geraldo's way of saving some kind of face.
Oh, no. He's really serious about this. He really is.
And when am I going to get the call from the agent telling me I can't come down there?
Well, that I have no control over.
This Geraldo plays a game. 5 minutes after he agrees to something, the agent calls up and says no. Like a little boy. What is he, a man or a mouse?
Well, he's a corporation, you know.
He's a corporate. You sound like the agent. He's a corporate. Geraldo's a corporation, and he can't fight.
Geraldo's the guy who gets in. Take him out of that gym this morning, then.
Yeah. So he's Mr. Corporation. Then why are you having him in a gym?
No, I'm saying that's probably the agent's point of view. But he'll be there Wednesday.
Wednesday morning at 10:30. You want to have a fight? I'm going to have my... Who's on the phone? Stallone. All right. Which one? Right. Oh, that's good. You did it the right way. Stallone is on the phone, Robin. All right. Hold on. We'll be right back after these words.
Who is this?
You're on the air.
Howard.
Yeah, I am not Howard. I'm Answer Man.
Howard, I got a story that might interest you. It's pretty funny. Down at the post office the other day, I'm waiting in line, and Mr. Pat Cooper was in line. Turn around.
Pat Cooper, the great comedian.
The great comedian, Pat Cooper.
Friend of the show.
That's correct. Turn around, shake the man's hand, starts yelling about the post office, something about how he had 2 packages. Post office said it was 2 packages. He only got 1 package. His friend's got to wait on the street. He doesn't understand. The post office is a bunch of scumbags.
Okay.
You know, all of a sudden I'm this guy's verbal punching bag. I don't know. Anyway.
All right, go ahead.
Get my package, turn around, again, you know, we're getting ready to leave. And I said, I haven't heard you on Star lately. The guy goes into a rant.
A rant?
A rant.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, this is a guy, has no idea who I am, has no idea.
What is he ranting about? Pat's always ranting.
Well.
Obviously.
Right.
Ranting about me?
I mentioned your name. All I said was...
Well, what did he say?
Well, I said, haven't heard you on Stern lately. Let me tell you about Stern. Mr. Big Shot.
Uh-oh.
I was on his show when no one would go near him.
Oh, come on.
They only want you. They only want you on that show when you got something to push. And boy, let me tell you about that boy Gary. He's a scumbag.
Really?
F them. F them. They're a-holes.
Really?
I mean, the guy was going nuts.
Should we get Pat on the phone?
Wait a second. Wait, this is the first time I have ever heard of a celebrity. I have always said to Pat Cooper, you are invited here anytime you want. If you have something to plug, you come in and plug it. He's taking that as a bad thing?
No, he wants to come on when he's not plugging something?
Howard, the
Gary,
guy.
what is how could he dare badmouth? First of all,
we had him on when nobody else would touch him.
No one would touch him.
Yeah.
I got him on Letterman. What is he talking about?
I've always told Pat, you know, he calls up and he goes, I don't want to do this. The guys from Rascals are going to call you. I don't want to bother you. Right. If you don't want to have me on, don't have me on. I go, no, Pat, if you're plugging something, of course we're going to help you out. And you know what? I've never said no to Pat because Pat doesn't push it.
Pat's a weird guy.
And he doesn't push it.
Is that really a true story?
Sure, Gary?
Yeah, no, Howard, that's absolutely true.
You know what?
I mean, we can have it. He's one of the few performers who has an open door here to come whenever he wants.
I just got to figure out where this one... Has he ever called where he's been turned down?
Never. Never.
Never.
And in fact, you know who was telling us a similar story yesterday? Mark Harris ran into him.
So he's ranting to everyone.
He was ranting to Mark Harris about us. Same thing.
Well, maybe he's lost his mind.
You know, all I did was basically say, you know, how you doing? You know, I've been listening to you since, like, you know, I'm in college in 1980.
I got to tell you something. I'm not nice to too many people, but I'm pretty damn nice to Pat Cooper.
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, Pat has a falling out with everybody eventually.
I think he might have flipped his lid.
You mean he's mad?
I'm beginning to wonder if he wasn't wrong about all those other people.
He's mad that we only want him on
when he's plugging.
When he's plugging something, like we should have him on when he's not doing anything. To prove that we like him?
We've even said to him, I said to him, pick up the phone anytime you feel like coming on. I'm not going to call we don't call for guests. We don't need guests.
You know what? I think that might be it, though.
Right. That's insane logic.
We never call him.
That's insane logic.
That has to be
We don't book guests like that. We say to Pat, hey, you want to come on?
He's
come on.
already in. He doesn't need a call.
Yeah, right. Why would we call you? We don't want to bug you.
Like even Gilbert, who we love, called up the other day, and I said, you know what? It's probably a little too soon to come back again. But Pat always can come here because he knows how to space it out.
I know.
You've never had a feud, right?
What?
No.
You've never even had a feud. You've never even said one negative word about him.
You know what it is? He might have a death wish. He really might have a death wish.
Things have been going too well.
Yeah, I mean, how could he ever badmouth me?
You love him.
Should we get him on the phone or try to find out where he is?
Should I try to book him?
Should ban him from the show.
No. I would like to, if you're going to ban him, let's find out what he did first from his own lips and then ban him.
I believe that Pat will self-destruct in any situation.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think he just falls out with everyone.
And you know what Pat would say? Pat would go, so fine, so ban me.
No,
Fine.
so why don't you get Pat on with this guy and let them debate?
Yeah.
But there's nothing to debate. I'm telling
You can tell us what Pat said to you if he tries to get out of it.
Hey, listen, I've got no problem with that.
Oh, this is great.
I mean, it was bizarre.
Let me put you on hold. I'll get Pat on the phone.
Okay, no problem.
And watch him go berserk. All right, hold on.
All right.
We'll be back with some fun right after these words. All right, on my phone is Pat Cooper and this guy we were just talking to, who met Pat at a post office. Hey, Pat.
Howard, how are you?
Listen, I figure you must have flipped your lid.
Why?
I think you flipped out.
What?
I think you flipped out on me, my friend.
You mean on you?
Yeah.
No, that's unfair.
No. I think you lost your mind.
Why?
All right, I just heard a story from this guy on the phone.
Yeah?
If there's anybody in show business who has a love affair, it's me and you. Am I correct?
Right.
Now,
He doesn't sound so convinced.
No, go ahead.
Now, if you're at post offices ranting about me, obviously I don't know about it.
And
excuse me?
And Bed Bath & Beyond, some Spanish guy just called me, ran into him there.
Where did you run into?
Bed Bath & Beyond?
It's a towel store.
And Pat was bad-mouthing me there?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Are you crazy?
Are you going over town bad-mouthing me?
Are you nuts?
Have you flipped
Everybody,
your lid?
listen to me. Will you listen?
Where are you?
I'm in my apartment.
What are you doing?
I'm working. I'm making a living. What am I doing? Bad mouthing you? Who's got the time to bad mouth you? Are you nuts?
This guy, tell him the story.
Oh,
wait,
man.
Hold on a minute. I went into the bed. I know what you're talking about. I went to the bed, whatever you call it. You buy things for your sink.
Yeah.
And the guy asked me, he said to me, when are you going to do Howard Stern next? I says, ask Howard Stern. What do I know? I said, what am I, a cop? And I walked out.
No, wait a second.
What, I got to explain to anybody why, when I go to the bed?
This guy ran into you at the post office. Go ahead, tell Pat what you know.
Oh, my God.
Tell Pat.
Who am I talking to?
This is last week down at the post office. All I did was shake your hand.
Which post office?
Down in the village, down in Varick Street.
Go ahead.
Right post office.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Go ahead.
I just shook your hand, and you started going nuts about the post office. I pick up my package, and I figured I'd
get to the part about me.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Get to the part of why I was in a post office.
Who cares
I have no idea where you want to get to. You got your own radio show. You're on 6 hours a day.
All right, tell Pat why Pat was at the post office.
Oh, I don't know why the guy was at the post office.
He had 2 packages and only got one.
Yeah, he only got one. Something about how the post office screwed up and his friend is outside waiting.
That's 100% right.
All right, go ahead.
So I just, all I did was ask you, because I know you from Howard Stern show, so I said, when are you going to do Howard again? And that's when you went nuts and you called.
I went nuts?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell him what you said.
Pat, you called, you were calling.
Say what's on your mind. Now, don't be afraid. Howard don't hit.
Go ahead. Tell Pat what you heard.
Say exactly what you said to us.
Quote, you said, F them, they're a-holes. That boy Gary, he's a blank bag. I went on that show when no one would go near him. Now he's too big, Mr. Big Shot, with these movie deals, TV shows, etc.
That's a lie.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you.
Should I go get the Spanish guy on the phone?
Get the Spanish. Listen. Pat, everyone's calling in and saying.
I'd like to say something. We've had we received so many calls, Pat.
I can't defend myself.
Pat, it's John. But we've received so many calls about you on going on other shows.
I haven't been on any other shows. What have I been on?
Other radio shows, Bad Mouth and Howard.
Where? I haven't been on a radio show in months. What are you talking about?
But, Pat, this is Gary. You're not mad at me, are you?
Gary, what did I say when I just picked up the phone?
Now, let me tell you something, Pat.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. I don't think I have this relationship with any other performer. I have always told Gary, if Pat wants to come on the show,
absolutely.
If he calls in, book him.
Let me explain
so
something.
Gary goes to Pat. Let me explain something. So Gary says to Pat, hey, if you ever have anything to plug, you have anything you want to do, you call us, let us know, and we'll book you.
Okay.
Pat took that as an insult.
No.
He took that as an insult.
No.
He thinks that's an insult. Well, if I don't hear from you, I figure you're busy.
No, because
wait a minute, Pat. You said
nobody gives me a chance to.
No, wait a minute. Just let me finish. You said to whoever these people are that you've been bad mouthing us to in the street that the only time we want you on is when you have something to plug.
That's what I said.
So what's wrong with that?
Wait, hold on a minute.
All right, so I'll have you on.
Let me answer you.
I'd have you on if you don't have something to plug.
No, but I'm bringing a point out. When he said that to me, I said, okay, I understand.
That's a compliment to an artist. That's to say, if you ever need a date plugged, you feel free to call. Don't ever hold back.
Where else do you want to go on? This is early.
Only you are the only man in America who could take that as an insult. You are the only man in America who could take that.
We don't want to be here at this time of the morning.
Excuse me.
Why would you want to be here if you didn't have something to plug?
Excuse me. All I did was try to do what the man told me. I don't like, as long as you know me, I have never taken you up literally that I can be on any time I want. You said to me, walk up the street and walk on my show. I've never done that.
But I don't want you to
What
do
do
that.
you want? Why are you angry at
Excuse
Gary?
me.
So why are you mad at Gary?
I'm not mad at nobody. What
You're
you
going
gonna
around calling us effing a-holes.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a goddamn lie. That's a lie.
This guy says it and the other
I
guy
don't
heard
care
it.
what that guy said. I'm telling you exactly what I
Even
said.
Mark Harris.
I turned
the
around.
Mark Harris.
Of Martha Ray.
Mark Harris said he ran into you and you were
Who?
bad-mouthing me.
Who?
The one who married Martha Ray and got her money.
Are you lying? That's a bigger lie. I said to him, I said, what have you been doing in town? He says, I got to go over to Mike Serrati's place. He says, how you doing? I just said Howard Stern. I said, really? I never said a bad word about it. Where are you people coming from?
I don't know. Everyone's telling us.
told us. We didn't ask about you.
Hey,
How
hey,
would we know?
Listen to me.
All
Listen
I
to
know
me.
is
You want me
I
to
have
tell you?
always, and then you said to this guy that I did Howard's show. Yeah. Tell him what else I said. What else Pat said. Tell him. Hey,
yeah,
dude.
what? I mean,
about how he always did Howard's show when I couldn't get anybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right.
Pat, I have you on because I appreciate your talents.
We're not saying you do.
And I offered you a supreme compliment. I said to you, if you ever have a club date, if you ever have anything,
right,
you feel free to call here and come on my show.
I always did, but I didn't have nothing to sell.
Who is on this phone?
That's a guy that met Pat in Bed Bath & Beyond.
All right, here. All right, Pat, here's another guy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Hello?
Joe.
Hello.
Joe, tell your story, Joe.
Joe, tell your story.
All right, well, I was working at Bed Bath & Beyond over the summer, and Pat comes in.
Nice career.
But obviously, Pat has been doing this for a long time. This was the summer.
Yeah, this is the summer. Pat's been bad-mouthing us since the summer.
The reason I never called in is because, I didn't want to bring any conflict between you two guys.
This is not a conflict. It's ridiculous.
Well, what did Pat say to you?
Huh?
No, what did Pat say to you, Joe?
Oh, well, I told him I haven't heard him on the show in a while, so he said, don't speak to me about that SOB and this and that. I don't want to use a lot of vulgar language.
You know something? It's a conspiracy. Excuse me.
For Pat, you got 100 witnesses to this.
Howard, hold on.
They're all lying.
They're all lying.
Howard.
What do you think, they have a conspiracy?
Excuse me a minute.
Maybe Pat might think I was his son or something.
All I'm doing is hearing one side of the story here. I just picked up your book here, the Howard Stone unauthorized, unfast, uncensored fans guide book.
Listen to me.
Did you hear what I just said to you?
I heard you, but I got to tell you something.
That's not true.
I got to tell you something. I'm telling you, you're flipping out over there in that apartment.
Over where?
You got to get out. You got to get out and breathe the oxygen.
But Pat, if you wanted to come on this show,
I didn't want to come on this show because I had nothing to sell.
No. But if you wanted to come on the show, even though you didn't have anything to sell, you could pick up the phone and say, you know what? I haven't been on in a while. I don't have anything to plug right now, but I really would like to see if you could fit me in.
We don't want to call you and bug you. We don't want to call and bug you.
Howard, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How come nobody called you when I praise you?
I don't know.
Well, come on, Howard.
Maybe you don't praise me.
You want me to get a list of people?
No, because it's boring. I don't want you to praise me. But if you're running around the streets mad at me, it is true.
Angry.
It's not true. I may turn around and say, well, hey, listen, the guy's got his own life. He's got a movie to be making.
No. I do a show here 5 hours a day.
I understand.
If you wanted to be on, I'm saying to you, pick up the phone anytime and please come on. I'm inviting you. I don't know what day you're free. I know your schedule.
I know you're in town. You live in Las Vegas as far as
I know your schedule.
Ho. I swear to you on my daughter's soul, I never called you an a-hole. I never said F you. Never.
S.O.B.?
Guys, did he or didn't he?
Howard, hold on a minute.
Right.
I'm going to repeat to you what I said to you.
I got another guy.
You got another guy?
I don't give a damn how many guys you got.
Who met Pat?
You know what they're doing, Howard? You know what they do? They want to get on the radio. They want to bust it. They want to be part of the show. What are you busting my horns with this?
No. I'm telling you, I'm hearing too much of this.
You're just hearing what? How come I don't hear nothing?
Pat, you're lying. You want to be part of the show. That's why you're so upset.
Who am I talking to?
That's Joe from Bed Bath & Beyond.
Joe, Bed Bath & Beyond. Joe,
how you doing?
You got a bad memory, Joe. What? Yeah, you got a bad memory. I don't understand where you guys are coming from.
No, Pat, I remember the conversation. I mean, I came home. I told about four of my friends.
You came home. I'm so important.
Pat.
Hey, Howard.
They were laughing. I walked out of there.
Hey, Howard. Yeah. I'm so important that they calling their friends that I badmouth. What a star I just became badmouthing you.
Pat, I meet a lot of celebrities in, day to day around the city.
I'm not a celebrity. That's the fun. You see, that's the point.
Very few of them go off the way you went off.
Where go off?
I just shake somebody's hand to say hi.
You know, Pat, all you have to do is shake someone's hand. You have to badmouth it.
Howard.
But Pat, listen, Pat.
That's the very reason.
Well, who's this guy?
The guy.
I don't know. I'm talking to him.
Wait, here's another guy. Hold on one second. Let me get this guy.
Because he's got yet another word that I can't even repeat.
That's such a lie.
Hello?
Yeah.
What is your first name?
Oh, my first name is Tony. How you doing?
Hey, Tony. Now, where did you meet Pat?
I met him at Florence Meat Markets on Jones Street in the Village.
Is that true, Pat?
Where?
Florence Meat Market?
You were just giving him a photo of you say,
where is it?
It's on Jones Street, right across the street from Pink Pussycat.
Where's the Pink Pussycat?
That's on West 4th.
Jones Street, a butcher shop?
Yeah.
I gave him a picture.
Florence Meat Market.
What do you
I
carry?
got a lot of pictures around town. I'm not saying you're a liar. Maybe you're right. I don't know. What did I say?
Pat, what do you do? You carry pictures around?
I said, hey, that's great that you said that you didn't want to take that part in that movie as a gangster. Mm-hmm. And you said, yeah, right. I said, oh, okay. And I said, hey, like at Stern Show, you said Stern. That's fucking bum.
Oh, wait. You can't use the F word on the air.
Yeah, let him use it. What's the difference?
No, don't use that.
You castrate me as it is. You might as well get 40 more people.
Stern, he said Stern, you effing bum?
Oh, that's terrible.
No, he said that.
Well, don't say it exactly. Stern, he said Stern, that effing bum?
He said Stern. That effing bum.
With the F word.
And I said, ooh.
And
How
what
could you
else
do
did
that?
he say? Why was Stern an effing bum?
Why am I an effing bum?
Let me tell you something. That's not true.
I looked at you and I said,
my friend, that is not, this has got to be the joke of all jokes. Because first of all, I would never say that to anybody I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And if I got something to say, hold on a minute. If I got something to say to you, Howard, I would get on the radio and say, Howard, I want to talk down your radio and I'll tell you to your face. That's why my character is not what these people are trying to say.
Pat sounded like...
How could there be all these stories?
Robin, do me a favor. Robin, you can believe what you want. I
But Pat, all these stories came in... I wasn't talking about it on the air. They all called in to us.
Wait a minute. How come from the summer they're calling in now? Why don't they call
No. They've been calling in...
I didn't want to ruin your relationship. That's between you and I don't know. That day, you really seemed like...
Look, I don't know if you guys were kidding.
You know what I'm
Look how
saying?
people want to save my relationship with you, Howard. Look at all the lifeguards I got out there.
It's unbelievable.
Look at the lifeguards jumping on me. They're going to save me from Howard Stern. I need that 65-year-old man. I need somebody to go out there and give me some service.
Pat, you're bad-mouthing me worse than Jackie does.
Oh, the truth is coming out, Howard.
Howard?
What, the truth is coming out? No, but Pat, I'll tell you one thing in these guys' defense. Seriously.
Right.
And I'm not even mad at you. I don't, whatever you say about me, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want about me.
I don't say anything about
Well,
it.
let me tell you something.
I don't believe this.
I have always treated you as
Like
a
a
friend,
gentleman.
as a gentleman.
Right.
And let me say something.
Yeah.
Let me say something, OJ. I mean, Pat. Let me say something. All right? Listen to me. What I am saying is that individually, in other words, I wasn't talking about this on the radio. These people all called in separately.
Yeah.
And Mark Harris. We hadn't asked him about you. How would we ask him about you?
I was shocked. I said, I got embarrassed. I said, Mark, Pat Cooper would say that about me?
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. That's such a conjure. He invited me to go over to Mike Cerati's on this particular Sunday. I said, what are you doing in town? He said, I'm doing a special show. He said, I just did the Stern show. I said, oh, okay. I didn't say a word.
He said exactly what these guys said. And
what did he say Mark Harris said?
Mark Harris said, oh my God, I mentioned you to Pat Cooper.
Right.
And he went off and he was saying that Gary
I'm always going off. I go to the bathroom, I go off.
I don't know what I did wrong.
Said that Gary
did
was
nothing
wrong and
Howard.
that he couldn't deal with him and you were a big shot now.
I'm a big shot.
And they tell me at the Friars Club, Pat wrote F.U. Stern on the men's room wall.
Is that right?
Now you're pulling my leg.
No, that I'm pulling your leg. But listen,
I mean, we did.
Listen,
I mean,
Pat,
Mark.
Yes, sir.
you know, sometimes your logic is a little off. Let me say something here. Don't get
But
excited.
why? Are these guys automatically right?
I'm telling you, Pat,
He's perfectly capable of doing it.
Pat, you may have a great sense of humor, but I mean, what is it? Nothing that you said to me when I asked you about it was funny. I mean, you were obviously agitated. I mean, you were acting what I thought was really in a very bizarre way.
Oh, is this the bad bongo there?
No, I mean, I've been listening to Stern for 15 years.
Who's this guy? Who am I talking to?
My name is Andrew.
What store?
This is down at the post office.
Oh, okay, we're back to the post office.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is, the reason I call, I've been listening to Howard Stern since I was in college down in Maryland 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. I figure, I only know you from the Howard Stern show. Right. If, my opinion, I don't know. Would you be playing bingo parlors if it wasn't for him? I don't know.
Hey, don't get nasty. Hey. What's the answer, though, Pat?
I didn't hear what he said.
All right, go ahead, yeah. Yeah, what do you say?
I'm just saying that, why say anything? I mean,
why say anything? Let's assume what you're saying is 100% true.
All right, now listen.
Why would I lie?
That makes you a bigger man.
Pat, I have a map of men.
Hold on a minute. I could turn around and say stories about you, and you can get and what's going to happen if I say you said this, you said that? I can say people put Howard Stern down yesterday, and the school's got the time and the bull crap.
Listen, if I said it, I would say, yeah, I said it.
No, I just think you want to go on the radio and be, and be part of Howard Stern's life.
Please,
everybody puts Howard down.
No, that's not true.
Coming from you specifically is shocking.
Is what?
It's shocking coming from you because you're supposed to be his friend.
I am his friend. I am his friend. But you guys are not his friend when you make up a goddamn bunch of stories like this here. I never heard such nonsense in my life.
You're swearing over the radio.
I swear automatically.
You don't curse?
Excuse me?
You're swearing over the radio, so you're telling me you don't curse.
I didn't say I didn't curse. I don't curse in the street every 5 minutes with strangers. I don't curse with strangers.
You did with me.
No, well, something. Listen, okay, you're right. You're 100% right. I feel better. That's good.
All right, listen to me.
I don't have to defend myself.
Pat, I will
not defend myself.
I
don't have to.
You're burning your bridges, Pat.
I don't got no bridges to burn, pal. I never had a bridge. I got a boat.
All right, Pat.
Burning my bridges. I love these guys. First of all, who are these 3 guys to dictate policy of my life?
You know what we ought to do on Monday?
You didn't answer me.
I ought to invite these 3 guys down with you.
Have
a debate?
And have a debate.
You're looking for a show.
No, I'm not looking for a show.
Yes,
I believe these guys. Here's what I believe. Here's what I believe, Pat.
Yeah,
I believe you know deep down in your heart that I love you a lot.
I didn't say
you know that. I've embraced you, and I've
what
even...
I'm getting from you now is that you believe in these guys, and that's the end of the story.
Now listen to me.
Yeah.
Normally, if I was on the air talking about Pat Cooper and 3 guys call in while I'm talking about him, I'd say, it's a conspiracy.
Right.
I haven't been on the radio in months. The one guy said I was on the radio.
Now listen to me.
Hold on a minute.
Listen to me.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I go out the hard copy?
No, let me say something. Hold it.
Did I fly out to California and go out the hard copy?
No, you would never do that.
Wait a minute, Howard.
You would never do that.
They asked me what I thought about you.
I'm just Judge Ito in Searching the Truth.
Did you see
I heard that. I heard that show.
Wait a minute. Did you see that show?
Yes.
All right. Did I go out to California?
Yes.
Did I get paid? No. I went out there, and they asked me what I thought of you. I said, I thought what I thought, and I said my piece.
All right, now listen to me.
How come you to call me then, Howard?
Here's
How come you to thank me then, Howard?
I'll tell you why.
Hold on, come on.
I thanked you many times on the air. Wrong.
All right.
Wrong.
See, no,
wrong.
Okay.
Wrong.
I'm wrong, but they're right.
Cameras were rolling then.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. All right, so listen to me. Listen to this. Pat,
you know me better than that.
Here's what I think happens with you. Let me tell you about you.
Now you're going to psychoanalyze me.
Yeah, let me play psychologist. I know human nature. You know that you are one of my favorites. And I have said to you 1 billion times, come in here whenever you want. Somehow you misinterpret that as a negative thing. When I say
somehow that means you're not going to be asked to be on a regular basis.
I'm not going to ask you because, first of all, I have a lot. You are the type of guy who calls me up when you have free time and you're ready to come up early in the morning and be on the radio. You'll call me. You know.
How often were you on the Mike Douglas show?
Mike Douglas?
Oh, he badmouths him too, I guess.
Mike Douglas shows have been on since the 70s.
Now here's what
happens. I'm just wondering, did Mike call you, or did
Mike
you
is
go
still
on
calling.
and had
Mike went
something
off
to
the
plug?
air.
Right. Listen to me. So what happens with you is, you sit there, you always self-destruct this way. You always get it in. You get it in for people, even when they love you.
People don't even know you're angry with them,
and then
you're fighting with them,
and no one knows you're angry. You're arguing with a wall.
You're arguing with people in the post office.
Yeah, I mean this is absurd. In fact, a guy called in just now. He's at a 7-Eleven. He has a surveillance tape of you urinating on my book, on Private Parts, my book, my bestseller. Now, Pat, you get into these things. I'm telling you. You get into these fights.
You get riled up.
You get riled up for no reason.
And nobody even knows. You're out there shooting off and
I couldn't care who books you on what show. I always book you. Always. There was an open door to you here. Always. Because you're funny. Not for any other reason. See, Pat died.
Is Pat still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh.
I'm just listening to you because I got news for you. I think, first of all, you're off the wall to even put me in this situation, but that's okay. I can handle it. Second of all, you don't psychoanalyze a man that's got a heart bigger than this building. Third of all, I don't have your home number. Let me explain something to you. I don't socialize with you.
Right.
All right?
Right.
So we're not really close buddies, a-hole
Doesn't
buddies.
matter. Right.
Okay.
Right.
I do my business. I go there. I respect it. But when people turn around and say the things that they're saying, I have no way of defending myself just to say it's not true.
All right.
All right. Now, the one guy that said that I've been on the radios and bad-mouthing you would have known that a long time ago, Howard.
No, no one listens to those shows.
I haven't done a radio show in months. And it hurts me to think, where's this guy getting off? Now, sometimes I'll kid a guy, I may not be serious as I say, how's Howard saying, I'm getting on my goddamn nerves. And
I don't even care if you're bad-mouthing me. I just want to know why.
I'm not bad-mouthing you, Howard.
I want to know what I did wrong.
I think I see what he's saying.
What does he say?
I think I see what he's saying. He's out there doing shtick.
No, he's not. Not at the post office.
This
he
is
wasn't.
what he's claiming.
He's angry with me. He's angry because I don't call him specifically to invite him on the show.
Maybe he thinks by now you should be.
But I just assume he's out of town. I don't know what you do.
I don't know what you do.
Well, Howard,
how would I know what you do?
But you know where we are every day.
Well, wait a minute, Howard. You think I get up in the morning and say, what's my day? I got to badmouth this guy.
No, I figured you pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm in New York. I'll go over and see Stern.
You want me to get phone calls of people to say, well, how I praise you? I mean, is this going to be a contest?
No. You are harboring something inside about this.
Look how he's psycho. Look at this guy. Without a license, he's going to be a psychiatrist.
No. You're sitting and thinking because...
Jealous feelings.
What?
Jealous feelings.
What do you think? What are you saying?
I'm saying he's jealous.
No, he's...
Jealous?
Jealousy.
Well, if it's that, then I give up.
You know what? A guy called in to sort of defend Pat. Said he ran into Pat in Staten Island. And I'm going to put this to the Bed Bath & Beyond guy and the post office guy. Said he asked, how's Howard? He goes, Howard, he's a talented son of a bitch. So the guy said, hey, maybe, these guys misinterpreted Pat.
No, he used son of a bitch, but
no way.
Gary.
Trying to help you,
Gary.
Pat. Yes.
Excuse me. When was I in Staten Island?
What do I know? The guy
bringing a point out. I mean, listen, if you're going front, look what they're doing to O.J. Simpson, for Christ's sakes. It's 17 months already, and the guy didn't get a trial yet. You guys got me in Staten Island. You've got me on radio. I mean,
you're all over the place.
Well, you're guilty.
You're guilty.
You know something? You know, Howard, you got three strangers, doing a number, which is fine. That's okay. They're on radio. Now they can tell their family, get the tape. And
No. They called up. They called up independently. Pat, they called up independently.
Hold on, Howard. Next thing they got me shooting you in the street.
No.
Next thing they got me beating you up on a corner. Everybody sees things and hears things the way they want it.
Here's what I'm going to say to you.
No, Howard, you don't have to defend me.
No, I'm not defending you.
Howard.
Here's what I'm going to say to you.
Howard, I will go on your show. I do the best I can.
Yes.
I never turn around and
Would you listen to me?
I never collect tapes and say, look how great I am.
No.
I go about my business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Terrific guest.
I'm my own man.
Let me say something.
Yeah. You said about 19 things. You give me a chance to talk.
You have plenty of chance.
I'm looking at your unauthorized biography here.
No, listen to me.
I bought your unauthorized biography.
Good. That doesn't put money in my pocket.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't.
Whatever. I don't care, but I'm bringing a point.
Listen to me.
He's the guy who wrote about you. Why don't you call him up and tell him some of the crap he put in his book?
Yeah, hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I don't know that guy. I know you.
Yeah.
Don't have a relationship with him.
And all I am saying to you is...
No, you don't know
that
me,
Howard. You have an open...
If you know me, you wouldn't allow this to happen.
No. Listen to me.
You don't know me, Howard.
I know you like a book.
Howard, you know
I know you. You get things in your head.
People more than me.
There are voices in your head.
Excuse me?
There are voices in your head.
Let me ask a question here. Pat, if something like this occurs, wouldn't you call the person before jumping to the conclusion that he hates your guts and he's bad-mouthing you all around town?
Why did I call you earlier, Howard? Why did I call you the day I said it?
I don't know why you wouldn't call me.
Why didn't you call me earlier, Howard?
Because you're hurt by me, and I don't know why.
You're not hurt, Howard. You know it's all crap.
Now listen to me.
Yeah, I'm hearing voices, I know.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
I don't believe it.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
He won't answer the question. Is it wrong to call and ask you if this occurred and what's going on?
I'm not angry that you called me.
I'm not afraid to call you.
Why should you be afraid of me?
I hear reports from all over town that you're bad-mouthing me.
That's a con job.
I don't think so.
What about the report? How come nobody ever tell you how much I praise you, Howard? How much I tell you you're a genius, Howard?
You've told me that many times.
No, forget me.
And you're right.
Wait a minute. What about the people that I tell? How come they don't call you, Howard?
Because you say it to my face.
No.
Why would someone call me if you say something nice?
See, negativity makes your show.
Right. No, but why would I care if I assume you like me?
Howard, I've heard people on your show. Howard, I've heard people on your show lie.
I assume you like me.
Excuse me?
I already assume that you like me.
No,
it's disturbing when I hear reports. I have a map of the city with flags in it where I get reports of Pat Cooper bad-mouthing me.
Why do you listen to me.
The map is all full. Here, I have it right here. Look at this.
Why don't you grow up and stop listening to people that you don't know?
Just a flag.
Why don't you give me the benefit of the doubt, Howard, that you know me better than these strangers?
I have a flag of Manhattan, of reports of people. I have a big map.
Well, it's after a certain amount of calls, Pat.
Hey, Robin.
Pat, I didn't even call you after one call.
Robin.
Yes.
Rob, maybe I can talk to you, your sanity.
No, but I haven't called you after one call. I've been receiving calls all over the place.
Robin,
yes.
Robin, let me tell you something. I go with the people that I know, not strangers.
But that's why we're asking.
That's why we're asking.
Automatically jump to the conclusion that you're
Pat, when toll takers come up to me and tell me that you're bad-mouthing me.
Robin,
I get 27 reports.
You see, this is not a joke to me.
It's a joke to me.
No, it's very serious.
It's 27 reports I get that you're bad-mouthing.
No, you didn't get 27 reports.
I want to know why my friend is bad-mouthing me.
I have not bad-mouthed you. Don't listen to this garbage. And I don't have to defend myself with three strangers that I don't even know. But you do what you want to do, and you feel what you want to feel.
Right, now, here's what I'm going to say.
I am my own man. I don't
Here is what I'm going to say.
I don't care what these three guys said, what 90 people said.
Here is what I'm going to say.
All I know is on record, pal. On record. It's on record what I've said about you, but I don't see you praising me on record.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I never praised you on record?
No, I'm talking about lately.
Lately? Oh, so you are mad?
No, I'm talking about lately, how I praise you about your movie and about your books and all this garbage. What's the matter with you?
Where did we see that?
Garbage. You see how he just called it garbage? Oh, look at this. Look at this.
I'm going to tell you how I feel.
Look at this.
Can I tell you how I feel? No, excuse me.
Can I ask a question? Where did we see this stuff, Pat? We never even saw it.
I know. Well, he's giving interviews. Listen to me. Here's what I want to say, Pat.
Right.
I believe these guys. I'm going to tell you what I think happened. Okay, I believe them. I'll tell you why I believe them. Only because it wasn't like it was a thing on the radio. We're just getting calls saying, hey, we ran into Pat Cooper. He's bad-mouthing you. So I believe it.
People were genuinely surprised. That's why they called.
I think you get it in your head that if you don't hear from me, that I somehow
have forgotten
you or don't love you or something like this. You're one of my favorite guests on this show. And hopefully we will continue that. I would love to have you in here anytime. The offer stands always that if you want to come on the show, just get in touch with us because we don't know when you're in town and we don't know what your schedule is and what you want to promote. You know, you sort of have a good ability of knowing when to come on. Like you say, hey, I'm doing a date here and there. I'll wait a couple of weeks. I'll wait a month or two. It's been a while. And then you call me and you say, let's come on. That's our relationship always.
Now, we haven't heard from you in a long time.
So I just figured, okay, hey, the guy's laying low. He doesn't have anything. Maybe he's taking some time off. Maybe he doesn't want people to know he's not working right now. I don't know what's in your head. But you know you have that relationship with us.
I never said I didn't, Howard.
Okay, so there it is. That's all. Just wanted to call and tell you that. We have the same relationship as always.
No.
You are always invited here.
No. I'm not worried about being invited. I'm just going to not allow people to say things to you. I don't care if it's 500 people. Because if I had something to say to you, I'd say to you right to your face. And I think you know me better than that because I've always mentioned whatever was on my mind. I mentioned on your show. Family, non-family, stars, celebrities. I said what was on my mind. Why wouldn't I tell you to your face? And when you got three stooges there, that's what you got.
Listen, Baxter.
And I'm offended because first of all, let's assume I said it. What business is it of theirs to turn around and call up radio that make a better person?
Because I'm listening to Stern for a long, long time.
You got nothing else to do in your life but to turn around and hear what a guy says in a corner.
I don't think so.
Listen, listen.
Howard, you never make up with backstabbers.
Hey, wait a second. He never stabbed me. Listen, it's still...
He says he didn't say that. I believe him.
I don't, but I don't care.
I'm going with Pat if he says he didn't say it, because I know Pat would say it if he did.
And Pat, can I go on record now?
What?
I would love it if sometime before Thanksgiving, if you would come by the show and sit in on the news with us one day.
I don't want him on the show.
Oh.
Okay. He's got nothing to plug?
He's got nothing to plug.
Now, Pat,
you're always welcome here. You can come in tomorrow if you want.
I don't take advantage of anybody.
All right.
Who said you did?
See,
we never said you did.
You got something in your head about this.
Listen to me.
Okay, he's got something going on.
You know, some of your guests that come on every other day, they plug their underwears.
Right.
I don't do that. I come on once in a while. I say, to go on too often is no good either.
Right.
So I show the courtesy and the respect.
Of course. So I leave it up to you.
No, hold on a minute.
So I leave it up to you.
Howard,
I leave it up to you.
Busy man.
No, I'm not busy at all.
I don't call you. I don't bother you. I don't become a pain in the
I think it really is that he wants to be a personal friend now.
I don't know what it is. You want to go out to dinner?
What do you
You want to have lunch today?
No.
Listen to what he keeps saying. I've never called. I don't have your home phone number. I've never bothered you.
Do you want my home phone number?
No.
I don't ask you to dinner.
I never asked. I never bothered. I just go about my business. I don't become a pain in the egg.
Of course, that's why I'm not a pain in the ass to you either. I respect you. I would like to. I don't bother you calling. You say, "Come on the show."
But he's
when
made
you're ready to come on.
deal of the fact that you're not
I'm going to tell you.
buddies.
I'm going to come on with people that know what I've said about you. Then I want to see if you can let them in your studio.
All right.
You ain't got enough room. You ain't got enough room.
Let me
hold on a minute, Howard.
What?
Did you do the E channel?
Did I do the E channel?
Yes.
Yes, I'm on the E channel.
Well, I mean, a year ago when you interviewed people.
Yes.
Did I get mad at you that you didn't invite me?
Yes.
I got mad at you?
Yes.
What?
You brought it up.
All I know is if you're remembering that.
Robin.
What?
I'm one of his favorite guests. Meanwhile, he never put me on as a guest.
You know, you got a point.
I'm one of his favorite
Pat.
Pat, that wasn't his fault. He wanted you
bullshit.
on. No, it was.
Wait a second. Wait. Easy. Oh, so you're mad at me that I didn't put you on the E show?
Howard, hold on a minute.
Oh, boy. Now the truth comes out. Now the truth comes out.
I remember this.
Howard, my argument is that I didn't get angry. I said, okay, the man's got his life to do. He's got the E channel. So what he puts me on, I didn't get mad. I still did your show after that, Howard. I mean, come on. Let's
there's bad feelings. So these guys might not be wrong. You have bad feelings.
Howard,
who remembered the E show?
You're twisting my words around. I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm not going to allow you to do that. Did you invite me on the E channel? No, I didn't get
I think you think because I now have the E channel in the radio studio that I'm not inviting you on. But I never invited you on. You always call me when you want to come on.
I still did your show, the E channel. I still did your show with you invited me.
But you haven't done it since E's been in here.
And now you're
why
didn't you call me if you wanted me
on?
So these guys are telling the truth.
No. We're not talking about fair mouth here. No. Don't twist this story.
Because you're mad. You're mad at me. Admit it.
I'm mad because you're sitting there being buffaloed.
All right.
You're being buffaloed. A man of your caliber, a man of your intellect is being buffaloed. You're being buffaloed.
No, I'm not.
I can't believe a man who's so intelligent has three gorillas turning around, and what are they doing, pushing me into the gutter? That's terrible.
Pat, 3 was all I could get on the phone.
What?
Yeah, we can't take more.
Seriously, I could have put other guys
on. You
on.
better put my gorillas on the phone, Gary. When I start to make them call your station, I want to see if you got enough ears.
There's a lot of people that said that Pat said good things about you, too, but there are also a fair amount that
why don't you put the good people on?
Who cares about that?
But the point is,
really?
Pat,
I know you should.
Gary,
you should feel good about me. I feel good about you.
And Gary,
Pat hasn't called because of these E-cameras.
Of course.
Here's
the story. Guys, I got it all figured out.
Because I've seen Pat's ads in the papers. He's got things to post.
Here's the story. Ever since I put the E-cameras in here,
come on.
Pat has built it up in his mind that I don't want him on.
No, it's not true.
So now he's sitting and waiting.
No,
I did your show when you were one-on-one interviewing people. I did your show after. Many times.
Pat, we're talking about the E-cameras that are in here now.
Forget them now. Who's interested in that now?
You.
I'm interested in what happened a year ago and telling you the fact. I didn't bother you. Say, Howard, I'm insulting you to put me on the E channel. You put all the other people on.
But you're now saying
you know what I said?
Call.
You know what I said?
What?
Nothing. I went on your show. I was happy. I was happy to be a part of the show. And how come I didn't pay much you then?
The point is, Pat.
The point is, I'm a pretty good lawyer. I defend myself because you're getting garbage coming to you.
But you just said, Pat, that we haven't called you since the E-cameras came in. We never called you.
We never called you to begin with.
I'm not mad you didn't call me.
When I did
you ever call me. I'm not angry.
When I did the E show, I didn't call you. I never call you. You always call me when you want to do something.
No, I'm talking the E channel. You had your Tom Jones. You had your
yes.
Well, why don't you invite me? I'm such a big guest of yours. Why don't you turn around and say, Pat, I want to put you on one week.
Okay, I get you now. I heard it.
You don't want to say you're wrong, Howard, because
listen, Pat,
the guy that you love wants somebody to put me on.
Let me tell you something. To be quite honest with you, I didn't invite you on the. I did about 12 or 13 interviews for them, and then it was over.
Yeah, but I'm your best guest. You're telling everybody what?
No. On the radio show.
No, I'm talking about the E channel.
What does the E channel got to do with the radio show?
Because very simple. I just wanted you to know. I didn't get angry that you didn't put me on. I still did your radio show.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're harboring resentment.
Right, and now that the E-cameras are here, you're waiting for a call.
We flushed this out. Now you're waiting. Now the E-cameras.
Who are these guys? 9 guys talking at the same time. I can't comprehend.
All right, I give up. Let these guys talk.
Can I just say something in my defense?
Go ahead.
Okay, because he's calling me a stooge, he's calling me a liar, he's calling me a gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason that I called the show after I ran into Pat Cooper, I've got a life, my life goes on with the show, without the show. It was such aberrant, bizarre behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, that I say, doesn't this guy owe anything to him? And, all I said was, they may not use the story. Take it for what it is. When I called up, I said, listen, you want to use it, use it. You don't want to use it, don't use it.
Well, you will never hear me badmouth Pat Cooper in any post office.
Hold on a minute.
Ever.
Howard.
I could say that.
The man said bizarre. That means I must have turned the whole post office upside down. I must have the whole buildings down. I must have really beat up people.
Maybe.
Next thing you know, I executed 9 people in the post office. Bizarre.
There's a difference between hostile and bizarre.
Let me tell you about hostile. If I was hostile, I'd eat your face up.
All right, listen.
But I'm respecting you as a human being. I'm respecting your right to say what you want to say. I'm not angry at you or hate you, but I just think that you're overproducing something that shouldn't have been produced. But
Pat,
that's okay.
Pat, I'm not overproducing.
Yes, you are.
No,
yes,
Pat,
you are.
Pat.
Hey, it's my opinion, okay?
Absolutely. Just
all right.
what I said.
Sir, do you swear on the Lord Jesus Christ that you saw...
I swear on your Jesus Christ.
Sir, do you swear on the Lord Jesus Christ that you saw Pat do this?
Well, I'm not of the faith, but...
What are you? What are you?
Who's this talking now?
Where is Tony?
Right here.
Tony, will you swear on the Lord Jesus Christ?
Yes,
you
I
heard? You do?
I swear on 2 Lord Jesus Christ.
All right.
We're on 3.
All right, you got 4.
I swear on 2.
All right. What am I going to do? Anyway, you got some good radio.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of this.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I think that Pat might
Shall
be
we ask
harboring.
him in?
Absolutely. I would always.
Let's ask him in right now. E-camera's here and everything.
Right. The e-camera's here.
Extend an invitation.
Would you like to be on the show, Pat?
What, now?
Right. Anytime.
No, I gotta go.
In a straitjacket.
I got to go to Detroit in a couple of days.
Oh, so I'm supposed to know that?
Excuse me?
So don't say I never asked you.
I asked because all the aggravation happened.
I would like to ask you. I got an e-camera right here. I'm asking you.
I don't want. I can't do it now.
Pat,
all right. So you want to be like that? Go ahead.
Pat, when will you be back in New York again?
After the holiday.
After the holiday.
What holiday is that?
After Thanksgiving.
Would you like to come on the show?
I'm coming back and forth.
Would you like to be on?
I don't want. Hey, don't give me a cookie. It's unfair.
No, it's not charity. I thought you would call me when. Oh, boy.
We want to give you this cookie, though.
Yeah.
You want a cookie?
You know something, Howard?
What?
You know, this is the best thing that ever happened. This to me is positive, not negative.
Right. It cleared the air.
To me is, there was no air to be clear.
Oh, come on.
Because I'm going to fill your studio with people to tell you what I said about you.
Very good.
Yeah, you have a riot there.
I'm going to bring these guys down, too.
You can bring anybody you want then. You know something? They'll stand by that story. I'll stand by my story. And that'll be the end of it. And Gary, when you said you got good notices about me, why don't you bring those people up?
Because it's not as funny.
Oh, really?
No, you know why? Because why wouldn't I get good notices from Pat?
Why didn't you call me, Gary, and say, geez, we got a lot of nice things to say about Howard. Hey, wait a minute. Why didn't you say something about when I did the hard copy show? I didn't even hear a word from you.
I always tell.
Why are you doing hard copy?
I did it because they asked me about what I thought about you.
Don't talk to them.
There's the money, Pat.
There's no money.
Excuse me.
You don't get paid. I pay my own fare.
But
we're supposed to write. Hold on. I'll put that big mouth back on again.
He's there.
I did it for the money. What money? You don't get paid soon. What are you talking about, Sonny? Hey, Sonny.
You can come over to my house and have.
You don't have a house. You have a tent.
Okay? How's that?
What did you say?
Things over. Come over, have a little rice and beans.
I love rice and beans, and I'll pass gas, and you'll see what happened to you.
All right.
But the point is here.
Yeah.
That
Tito Puente.
Tito Puente? What are you screaming?
No, just give me rice and beans. Every time I see that, I think of Tito Puente.
Oh.
What else is new?
Well, the
all
point
right,
is
okay, forget the point.
Analyze this. You're going to have some tape.
Pat, I just want to tell you that when people have called us and said, hey, Pat said something nice about you, I do tell Howard that, but it's only been in the last few months that we've had some sort of these odd reports. But up until then, you've always said nice things about Howard.
I know what
Pat, you're making...
You call me and say, Pat, thank you for being nice.
No. You're making Jerry...
Oh, I see how it works.
No. Excuse me. I say nice stuff about you all day. Do I call and tell you?
No, not every 5 minutes.
I mean, every time I say something nice about you, I should pick up the phone and call you? I should call people...
But once in a while...
Does Pat write you and thank you?
That's a nice thing about me.
Every time I say something nice about you, I'm going to call you now.
No, I didn't say that, Howard. Now that's being stupid. I didn't say that.
What is it? When I say something nice about you, I want you to call me.
You call me when you hear negativity, you call me. Because you know why? Because negativity makes a great show.
No. I'm only reacting because I did not...
you're reacting because this is great tape.
No, I'm reacting...
I'm going to hear this for the rest of my life.
No, you're making Jerry Lewis look normal now.
Yeah.
All right, come in after the holidays.
Wait a minute. There's a point here again. He says that Gary didn't call after hard copy. Gary didn't call after he hears from other people.
I just said, say something nice.
I never even saw you on hard copy.
I didn't even see hard copy.
I didn't even know you were on hard copy.
But you knew a guy said that I said F you. That you know.
Yeah, I didn't know you were on hard copy.
I see how the game is. I see. You only know what you want to know.
What are you talking about?
In other words, you're the calandra.
Right.
You screen everything out. What's your favorite?
Yeah. In other words, I'm supposed to know every appearance you make somewhere.
No. But when somebody goes on a national television show and praises you to the
I didn't see it.
What about a thank you?
I didn't see it. And what do I got to do? Thank you just because you like me?
Nobody called you, Howard.
I got to thank you for that?
How come nobody called you, Howard? How come nobody
You're
called you?
asking me a question why no one called me?
Howard, but if I would have badmouthed you, there'd be 90,000 people calling say Pat Badmouth and hard copy, and then we would have had another show.
But you're not making any sense. How would I can't tell you why no one called me.
I got no education. I got 1 week high school. I didn't go that week.
Yeah, but listen to me.
I remember one thing.
I don't know why people don't call me when you say something nice. All I can tell you is I'm getting calls that you're running around ranting like a mental patient about me.
You know what you're getting?
You don't hear
erratic people.
You don't hear yourself.
I hear everything I say.
You get worked up into a lather.
People don't call when you say something nice, Pat.
You work yourself into a lather.
I my stock for what reason? I was so nice. I was having a little cup of coffee, minding my business. Everything was good. The checks are clearing. I was paying my bills.
Right.
Now I got to get 3 guys got to turn around and say, "You that."
All right, listen to me.
Wait a minute.
No, Robin.
People called and say when you say something bad, Pat, because that's unusual.
No, because they want to get on your show.
No. They expect you to say something nice.
Why would all these people pick your name and call about you? Don't you think that's a coincidence?
I found it very strange.
Yeah, I'm very strange. You're right.
Howard.
Everybody's strange. They all love you, Howard. They all love you. I'm strange.
All right, listen to me.
Only I'm strange. You see, you're not strange, but I'm strange.
Why don't we all go and calm down?
Yeah, I am.
It's enough already.
Yeah, you go back to your coffee and your cake.
And your cake.
Yeah.
And mellow out.
I can't win no arguments, so I'm not going to try.
All right, I'll put everyone on hold. Gary wants to personally thank each and every one.
You come in after the holidays.
No, I don't want no thank you.
You come in.
No, I just think that there's a double standard here.
All right, Pat.
Howard.
What?
Can I get a plug?
Real
quick.
Go ahead.
All right. Anybody who needs an electrical contractor with over 30 years of experience.
All right, I'm going to make an electric chair and burn you. I need one right now, because you're a shock. There's your answer, Howard.
Okay.
I cleared up the whole situation.
Yep.
Thank you, Howard.
There's your answer, Howard.
Everybody.
He went on to badmouth me and gets his plug in.
Come on, backstabber.
Yeah, I'm a backstabber. What a terrible thing to say to a person that you don't even know what you're talking about. That's unfair, but that's okay.
All right, let's call it quits for now. Come in after Thanksgiving. We'll get everyone in a room. We'll get everyone in the room at Thanksgiving.
Straighten it all out.
All right?
Yeah.
Howard, can I just say hi to my friend Joe out in L.A.?
Yeah, Joe, how are you,
Hey,
Joe?
That's it. That's no plugs. Just
No plug. That's not a
Joe.
plug. That's not a plug.
All right, thank
Open
you.
the Western Union, Howard.
All right, what is it, Gary? Put everyone on hold?
Everyone on hold if you can.
All right, I'm going to put everyone on hold, Pat. Pat, don't be mad. No one's out to get you.
Take care, Pat.
Goodbye.
All right? Very good. All right. I love that bastard. I don't know why he but you know what? You know why I excuse it? I'll tell you why I excuse it. People will be shocked to hear that.
Yeah.
He works himself. He does this with his own family.
That's right.
He works himself into a lather.
He does both sides of the argument, and he talks about negativity. Negativity always wins out with him.
I know, because that's how I am.
So he had figured out that he wasn't invited here anymore because the E-cameras were here now.
Yeah, he's got a whole scenario going.
And you never invited him to the E-show when you had it on and you were doing the interview.
Please.
So even though you're his favorite guest,
right,
or he's your favorite guest, he wasn't good enough for the E-show.
Right. Well, anyway, he's always invited here. What can I tell you?
And now that the E-cameras are here, he figures he needs an invitation.
He works himself into a lather. Don't hold it against him. He gets himself crazy.
Who this?
Milk, crate, marauder.
You stupid bastard. Huh?
All right. If you weren't with us during the Pat Cooper thing yesterday, you
missed some great radio.
Yeah, you missed some good stuff. Here's a bit of trivia for you. How long was Pat Cooper in the studio yelling, the actual studio yelling? The answer? 4 minutes.
No, come on. That had to be longer.
It seemed longer to me.
You know what that is?
I thought it was 7 minutes.
That's like the famous shower scene from Psycho. It seemed like it went on forever and ever. There's only a couple seconds.
Yeah, well, we're going to replay that.
There a half hour.
We're going to replay that, and we're going to play all new stuff you haven't heard. Pat ranting in the hallways.
I could have sworn he was here for a good 15 minutes.
Well, actually, he was ranting in the hallways for 27 minutes, so it's very exciting. And then you'll also hear Jackie and Gary trying to console Pat.
We'll see what kind of job they did. They probably threw flames, oil on the fire.
Yeah. Ambassador Jackie, the same man who antagonized Patty Davis Reagan, went out to work on Pat Cooper.
I think I actually did better with her.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
No, I haven't heard any of it, so I wanted to be surprised as well. But they know Baba Fuhai has heard it.
And then you'll hear Pat, for no apparent reason, attack other comedians and celebrities.
Yeah.
Which is maybe my favorite part.
Willy-nilly.
Who does he attack? Prepare us.
Chuck Norris and Richard Lewis.
Really?
What did Chuck Norris ever
Now, which one's the comedian and which one's the actor? Now, he attacks Chuck Norris and Richard Lewis.
Yes.
Wow. Pat really in rare form. But let's not find out why, because it'll be a surprise.
He must be sitting there at his radio this morning. He's waiting to hear the play-by-play. He wants to see what he did yesterday.
The alarm went off at 5:45. He put on a pot of coffee and have a cigarette.
Listen to his work.
Oh, boy.
So let me quickly set this up. This will take me 2 seconds. Yesterday, we're sitting here on the air. And, in all seriousness, we had Pat on, we've had Pat on over the years. I love Pat Cooper, and quite frankly, I see other radio stations now use Pat Cooper, and I see Letterman interested in Pat Cooper. Mm-hmm. And I really do believe we had a hand in that. We had Pat Cooper on. He was always brilliant on our show.
Yeah, he couldn't get arrested on those shows. He was always trying to get on.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand why they didn't want him.
Well, I love Pat, and still do, despite everything you're going to hear. But
there are a lot of people in the audience who don't understand why you're being so magnanimous.
Well, because I think that this is the Pat Cooper MO. I from what I know and people who know him, he burns every bridge. So it's just, I'm just the next person in line. But I don't even care because it's so entertaining. But what we're about to hear is Pat. Let's start this way by saying Pat. Well,
there's something I thought about. First of all, let me just say that Pat has always depicted himself as a humble guy.
Yeah.
And there's not a humble bone in his body.
No. I called my father last night. He says, well, yeah. He says, the guy has no sense of humor about himself.
Yeah.
He says he has a sense of humor, but he has no sense of humor about it and fails to see the sense of humor in this. He fails to see the humor in this because it's funny. I mean, there was a bunch of people who called in independently. And I don't doubt for a minute that Pat might have blown off some steam about me to different people. That's Pat's way.
Well, he certainly blew off a lot in here to your face yesterday.
Yeah, so I don't doubt that he thinks all these things of me. But Robin will attest this, I don't really care what people think of me. If they're entertaining, I enjoy them. Mm-hmm. And everybody has their quirks, just Pat has a lot of quirks.
But that's what makes him beautiful.
Yeah, that's what makes him entertaining.
Because he lays them out.
So we've gotten several phone calls from different people over a course of weeks that, hey, I ran into Pat in the village. He was bad-mouthing you. And our fans, Robin, they love to go up to anybody who's a guest on our show and get them going.
Yeah.
And then they love to call to us and report because,
right.
They're
always checking to see what you say about Howard.
Right.
When you're not around him.
So, I don't know. So Pat, was at the post office and he said, according to these people, now Pat says he never said any of these things, and that's cool too.
No, Pat didn't exactly say that. He says, why don't you ever talk about how I praise you?
Yeah, he didn't exactly say he didn't say these things. So
he said he counterbalances.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I called him up and I said, hey, we got some people on the phone who think that you've been bad-mouthing me. They heard you say it. And he goes, who are these people? Why don't you trust them? And he went off like crazy. I said, boy, that was great. I said, well, let's have Pat in. And you know what? I'll even get some of the people to come down here. It'll be good for the television show. So Pat came down here and caught wind that people were here to say that they heard him bad-mouthing me. Now, I don't care that Pat bad-mouthed me. I really don't. I think it's funny.
Whether he thought, I don't know what he thought, quite frankly. Let me be quiet.
Yeah. But evidently, Pat really took it hard that I would believe these people. All right. And I still believe them.
I believe them, too. I looked at these people. These didn't look like the kind of people who could make up these kind of stuff.
Yeah, right. They didn't set this up. And right, Gary, you got all the calls.
No. It was really legitimate.
Yeah, right. And what's the big deal? So I thought it was very funny. And Pat should be able to see the humor in it.
Sure.
And come in here like a man.
And what's the loss? Because you're still getting to come in, no hard feelings.
Yeah. I mean, Pat, so I know Pat's probably listening to this right now, and he should probably be able to say, you know what, I did say those things. But, all right, he says he did it.
Or if he doesn't ever want to say he said those things, or they were misinterpreted when people heard them.
So Pat came in here yesterday, and Pat and I got into a huge argument, which I will now play for you, which is the funniest argument I've ever heard. But because I didn't know
you started arguing. He was out of his mind.
Well, I didn't like him.
Started arguing with him.
He set off a sore subject when he was with Sam Kinison. I didn't like his attitude on that. So I got into it with him, and he left here. Now, before he came in, he was storming around the station and screaming for our cameras and microphones back there. So I'm going to play all that for you, but first you should hear the argument again that happened in here.
Yeah, I can't even understand why he would perform for the cameras outside.
Well, he was like out of his mind. I mean, when I say out of his mind, he was mad. There was no question Pat was really mad.
Yeah.
It was not a put on. He was being genuine. But if I was Pat, I would just call in here and say, "Hey Howard, I was on acid yesterday." Make up a story like that.
I have a drug problem.
Yeah, say I had a drug problem.
I'm going to bed.
I don't remember nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember a thing I said. And
I
that's
wasn't
the end.
in there.
Right. But anyway, so let's play Pat. What is it?
Okay, you're about to play the wrong tape.
Okay, let's play Pat
In the studio.
with me. Pat, are you going to beat me up?
If I'm on trial, I told him, forget me.
Uh-oh.
Because it's wrong. You understand? I'm your friend, and I don't want to hear no three idiots turn around and tell
Sit
you.
down. Sit down. Sit down.
I don't
No,
want to
you're blocking my camera.
I don't care about
Come
your
on.
camera.
Come on. Come
I
on.
don't care about
Seriously.
your
Sit
camera.
down. You're blocking my
Remember,
camera.
don't be a part-time friend.
No.
You'll be 100% friend to me.
Now,
because
hold
I'd
it.
have put myself.
Hold it a
I'd have
second.
threw myself.
Hold
Hold
it
on
a
a minute.
second.
I'd have thrown
Now
myself
you're
on
out
a
of
bomb
line.
for you.
Now-
No, you're out of line.
No, you're out of line.
No, you're out of line because
No,
you
you
turn
are.
around. Don't call me for 3 months. Then you get 3 skivozers who call up and say, Pat Cooper, bad
Now,
mommy.
there's where you're wrong.
No,
I
there's
didn't
where
call
you're
you
wrong.
for 3 months
Yeah,
because you were the only guest who has an open invitation.
You had a hook. You had a hook. Don't give me that. You're looking for a hook to get me riled up. You got me riled up. I've been riled up since that time you called me.
Listen, listen. Can I ask you a
Just
question?
call me as Pat Cooper.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a
I
question?
don't want you to ask me nothing.
Listen, this is
I don't want you to ask me
interesting.
nothing.
This is entertainment.
I am a genius of myself.
Right.
Not of you.
Right.
Not of you.
You are a genius. I'm your biggest
I
fan.
will not allow you or anyone to take my dignity or my pride away. My mother couldn't do it. My father couldn't do it, and not son. You're a stranger next to my mother, father can't do it. And I'm sick of this crap because you know something?
What?
You gotta be in A company. Don't put me in B company. Don't tell me Sam Kennison is your idol, or Sam Kennison's brother turns around and says, I didn't pay much. I know you didn't because you're Sam Kennison's brother, a drug addict's brother.
All right, now listen to me. Listen to me.
Now
Listen to me.
Now wait a minute. I didn't finish.
No.
I didn't finish.
Am I going to get a chance? Am I going to get a chance?
Don't idolize a drug addict over me. How dare you do that to me?
What are you saying? I can't.
How do you idolize a drug addict?
I idolize Sam Kinison?
What do you tell your children? What do you tell your back off?
Right.
What do you tell your children?
You're going to allow me to talk?
No, I want to finish my conversation.
What? I should idolize Pat Cooper?
That you turned around and you had a drug addict for your idol.
Now, hold it a second.
What did I tell your children?
I will go to my grave telling my children that Sam Kinison was a great comedian. Whether he's a drug addict isn't the issue.
Oh, yes, it is the issue.
Why is that an issue?
Because he was a great comedian when he was on dope.
Oh, that's not true. That's insulting. Don't insult Sam Kinison like that.
Yeah.
You saying to me that Sam Kinison was not a great comedian?
I'm not saying that, but he was
you told him when he was alive. Now you're telling me. Now you're being a fake.
I'm medication.
Now you're telling me you're fake.
I'm medication. I'm medication.
Now you're telling me you're a fake.
My soul, baby. My soul.
Now you exposed yourself.
My soul, pal.
You exposed yourself.
I don't expose nothing. I expose my soul because my problem is
you told Sam Kinison. You told Sam Kinison when he was alive that he was a great comedian.
I never. Hey. You said Jackie Mason was the greatest.
He is great.
I was the greatest. Everybody's the greatest.
No.
I hate her. I wanted to die. Now you're a Perez.
I am not.
Now you're a Perez.
No, I'm not.
Now you're a Perez.
No, I'm not. Come on, give me a break. Hey. You are so jealous. You are jealous. You're going to tell me when Sam Kinison was alive, you went around talking about that Sam Kinison was a great comedian. Now that the man's dead, you're going to pee on his grave? That's wrong. Now you got to take it. Now you got to take it. Now you got to take it.
Now you got to take it.
The guy's dead in the ground. You're going to say he sucks now? That he was only funny when he was on medication?
He's dead, not me.
Don't you give it to me like that.
Yeah. He's dead, not me.
And you're gonna,
he deserves to die because he's an addict.
Why?
He used a car accident.
The man had a car accident.
Yeah, I like to know.
What does that got to do with him being a great comedian? Was he a great comedian? Was he a great comedian? Was Sam Kinison a great comedian? No? You're going to say that now?
That's your opinion.
After you told him when he was alive he was a great comedian?
I never met him. Oh, what happened, Big Mouth?
I don't believe it.
What
about you? Where's your Big Mouth?
I never met him.
And what's all of this?
I never met him.
After I show you respect, I tell you what a great comedian you are. I give you open invitation in this show.
Mason. After you told me, everybody's a great comedian.
Look at the jealousy. Look at the jealousy. The jealousy.
He went back and read the book.
He went back and read the book.
Howard, can I say something to Pat? Can I say something to Pat?
I don't believe this, what I'm hearing.
How many people?
Excuse me. I don't believe this, what I'm hearing. The nerve.
Defend my dignity?
Now listen, let me ask you a question. Hold it a second. I'm talking now.
Tell me I can't defend my dignity.
I can't
Who are
believe
you to tell me I can't
believe
defend
this.
myself?
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I am crowd, baby. No more now. I'm a crowd.
Who said you're not?
You gotta call me.
Well,
I'm a contributor. I'm a contributor. Meanwhile, he tells Leno, I don't want you to be a busting my bananas.
What?
You're busting my balls.
Listen to this.
I can't do a week, but I don't know what night I'm gonna be available.
I don't want to do the Leno show.
Because he's an A crowd. He tells Leno I have to go on first. He tells Letterman I go on first, so I don't
what's
go
wrong
on.
with that?
Oh, I see.
Well,
but if I do it, I'm a dog. I'm a dog if I defend my dignity. I'm a dog if I defend my life.
Robin, what is he talking? Is he making
Hey,
sense?
don't bring
Sit
your
down
lawyer.
and let's say Robin.
Don't bring your lawyer
You're talking to Robin, aren't you? You're looking at her. Where are you going?
Pat,
Where are you going?
Oh,
Hey,
dear.
Pat.
I'm not
Pat.
gonna get into this, Pat.
Oh, he left.
Dear.
Pat left. He's a genius.
Dear.
He's the best.
That wasn't his last appearance.
Oh, that was great.
And you're telling me that was only 4 minutes?
That was 4 minutes.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Well, so anyway, first of all, I listened to that and I am shocked. There's so many issues going on in his head about me.
Oh, too many.
The first issue I have to say is this idea that I go on the Tonight Show and tell them when I want to be on.
Well, that's your A crowd.
Yeah.
That's your dignity.
Now, I have afforded him the same opportunity on this program. In fact, better. In fact, a better opportunity.
I'm sorry, as far as he is concerned, now that you've made yourself so big, you have to call him. Because you're treating him like B-list,
Right.
and he's A company.
Has there been anybody who has treated, Abby, have we treated anybody as good as we treat Pat Cooper?
This is all in his head.
I know. It's so sad.
It's all in his head.
Here's Pat Cooper on Mars, and here's Earth. That's a drawing that I want you to see. There it is. Pat's on Mars, and I'm on Earth. Has there ever been a guy that we have said, you are welcome here anytime?
Yeah, the one guy we said it to is dead, Sam. That was it.
It was Pat and Sam. And quite frankly, even Sam, we had to limit his appearances.
Every once in a while, Sam would want to come in for 2 or 3 days in a row.
Yeah, we'd say no.
Although I do have to say that there were times when we would book Pat, and I felt that he was a little see, everyone has their forte on the show. Pat's is doing the news. When Pat comes in to do the news with us, that's great. Unfortunately, we do the news later on in the show, and I think he perceives that as not the best time to be on.
I never heard that from him.
No, but
in fact, he would usually show up at 8 o'clock and then do an hour with us and then an hour of news.
Usually we'd book him around 8:30, 8:45, but I know a couple of times, the last few times that I booked him, he made sort of like, comments like, oh, I guess I got to come in later or something like that. I think he gets...
See, he was getting riled up long before this. This isn't a recent thing.
Oh,
this
boy.
is a building thing.
Well, that's a new one on me. I've never heard that one. But I've got to tell you, I can't imagine a guy that I've extended a more open door policy to than Pat Cooper on this program.
I just have the feeling he thinks, I've been being a schmuck. I don't demand anything. Look at this guy. He demands this and that. He's got to go on first.
Yeah, well,
he's A-list. He's going to treat me like A-list.
And which I have. and by the way, I was on the
A-list and his A-list are two different lists.
I guess. So I was on I was reading the internet yesterday, and I'm reading different people on my bulletin board there, and they say, under the topic Pat Cooper, they're like, who is Pat Cooper?
I know.
So I think we introduced him to a whole new audience and got a lot of things going for him, but that's up to him to decide whether to burn the bridge.
There's been a great deal of benefit in his doing this show.
So then when he starts screaming about Kinnison and Kinnison's brother, and
all of that has to do with this issue of these people telling you he said bad things about you.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is that, and the funniest part of that whole argument was he screams that a dope addict's brother.
Right.
It's like Sam Kinnison's brother became a dope addict by, his blood relation.
A dope addict's brother. A dope addict's brother. Like if you have a brother who's a dope addict, there's something wrong with you. But anyway, he was all over the place.
But wait a minute. What he was saying there was, Bill Kinnison, people called you and said Bill Kinnison badmouthed you, but it was okay because he was the drug addict's brother.
No, that wasn't the reason it was okay. It's because I went and checked the tape and Bill didn't say anything bad.
I'm telling you, this is what Pat's head was.
I know. I'm just saying. This is the way it works.
Pat's anger in that particular instance is that you forgave Bill. You said, I'm sure that it wasn't true.
I forgave Pat.
Even before you heard the tape.
Yeah, I forgave Pat. I never held it against Pat.
You forgave Pat after you heard the people.
Yeah. I said, that's fine.
But
I don't care.
He doesn't believe he even needs forgiveness.
And then,
I guess not. I don't know.
The other thing that bothered me was now you need a hook. You got a hook. You got a hook. You got a hook.
Yeah, well, you know what that was. Pat knows how my mind works. When he was arguing with his family, and we used to have him on the air yelling at his son and stuff, it was great radio.
Sure.
So now he feels, you're having me on because now you have a hook because people said I'm bad-mouthing you. You're having me on because you got this hook.
But he didn't. But he was objecting to you having him on only to plug.
I know. So now I have him on because there's something really cool going on. And he doesn't, you see, because he doesn't have a sense of humor about himself. This is funny. If people are accusing him of bad-mouthing me, well, let's talk about it.
But the point is, if he doesn't want to come on just to plug, and you develop a hook, and you have him on, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Because you can't win with Pat. You just can't. When he gets it in his head that you've wronged him in some way.
His dignity, you hurt his
dignity.
I don't know how you did that.
The guy doesn't talk to his own family.
When did you hurt his dignity?
I don't know.
Nobody can take his dignity.
You hurt my dignity.
You can't take my dignity. My dignity. You can't take my dignity. My mother tried to take my dignity. My father tried to take my dignity, but you can't take my dignity.
You're a stranger compared to everybody.
I'm a stranger compared to his parents. I think actually I'm less of a stranger than his parents.
He knows you a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know what?
But he repeats everything like 5 times because I'm looking at the transcript of it.
Oh, it's great.
Well, it's really unbelievable.
You know what my favorite part is? You just pointed that out. I just counted in the transcript. If you go to page 4,
yes.
Pat says on medication 7 times in one line.
All right, here we go. Wait a second. You ready? Here we go. All right, Billy, take it from
page.
Page 4.
Oh, 4?
Oh, page 4.
Take it from second paragraph. I'm going to say don't insult Sam Kinison like that.
Okay.
Don't insult Sam Kinison like that!
Yeah.
You're saying to me that Sam Kinison was not a great comedian?
I'm not saying that.
You told him when he was alive, now you're telling me that he's
medication.
Yeah, but you're being a fake. You're being a fake. You're being a fake. Now you're telling me you're a fake. Now you're telling me you're a fake.
My medication
You're telling me that,
you know what my medication is? My soul, baby. My soul.
But your soul, Pat.
My soul, pal. I don't expose nothing.
I like when he starts repeating.
It's like a mantra.
It's a mantra.
Everything was repeated. I didn't realize that yesterday, but he repeated absolutely everything he said.
Let's go with you're out of line. Here, wait. Go to page 1.
Page 1.
Take it from Pat saying...
I have a request. Could you do now you're up her ass before you do
that? That
we'll get to that one in a minute. And that's a funny thing, too. Again, his convoluted logic. Roseanne, I used to make fun of relentlessly because of her marriage to Tom Arnold and always said she was a talented comedian. Mm-hmm. And then Roseanne called me up and said, you were right about Tom. I want to come in. Let's talk about it. See, he just...
And now you're up her ass.
Yeah, now I'm up her ass.
Now you're up her ass.
It's just unbelievable. And this is why you can't win with Pat.
I don't know what is he... I would love to be inside his mind.
Well, you know what? Maybe we can get inside his mind. Let's go to the tape now of him in the hall before he walked in on the show.
Okay.
All right, let me just start
Okay, wait a second, Howard. I got to just give you a little description of this.
Yeah.
It's this particular piece of tape it's like an opera. Yeah. It's a crescendo. It starts at Pat's really normal, and it just builds and builds and builds to like a boiling point.
Okay.
Pat, can I ask you some questions?
Ask me anything you want. Thank you. You got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Pat, why are you here today?
I don't know. I'm here because they asked me to come, and they said, Pat, come on down. We haven't seen you in a while, so I'm here. And it's about time he invited me. Because I'm tired of me turning around, figuring out if I should do this, I shouldn't do the show. I'm an important guest. If I'm an important guest, he's got to invite me.
See?
Oh, that's the argument.
I told you that's what he's talking about. You got to call him. He's A.
You mean every time I hug this guy goodbye and I say, Pat, anytime, listen to me, Pat, anytime you want to be on, whenever you want to book yourself, I don't know when you're here in New York, I don't know when you just come in. No. You just call Gary and tell us you're coming.
See that? It's about time you call.
Oh, jeez.
If I'm an important guest, you gotta invite me. You gotta invite me. If I'm an important guest, you gotta invite me.
But Pat,
you gotta invite
Pat,
me.
what I'm trying,
you gotta invite me.
But you're not listening. We indulge an open invitation to you.
You gotta have a hook. You gotta have a hook.
I like to be invited. I like to be treated like he likes to be treated, like something important. Now, maybe to him I'm not as important, but to me I'm important. And I'm not here, and I hope he ain't setting me up with these 3 guys who claim that I badmouthed him, because if he does that, there's going to be a war in here. It's wrong. It's wrong.
It's wrong. No sense of humor.
Because if I'm his friend, he would trust me and understand that what I did to this God for this man, none of these street kids would do, and all they want is 15 seconds of fame. But to pick on me, they picked on the wrong guy. And he knows what I'm going to tell him. If he does this, then he has no respect for me. Let him do it to Leno, and let him do it to Letterman. He ain't got the balls. But to pick on me and make me the
I mean, what you did to Jay Leno in the last 2 weeks, he wasn't listening.
Well, what did he say? I don't.
You wouldn't.
Do this to Dice Clay. Did anybody remember the war I had with Dice Clay?
Yeah, the war was
Do you remember with Sam what I did to him? I banned him from the show.
Yeah.
You called him Jabba the Hutt. He never forgave you for that.
Oh, please. Oh, I don't have the balls, huh? I built my career on balls.
You've done everything to everybody.
Yeah.
Letterman's afraid to call you on the phone.
He's afraid because he starts whining about that girlfriend of his, and then I go back on the air and talk about it. I don't have the balls. Everyone questions my balls. The one guy who's had any balls.
He's there evaluating everything.
Yeah.
Having arguments with himself.
So stay off the show. What can I tell you?
He wouldn't do that to Leno. He wouldn't do that to Letterman.
He has to treat you with respect.
Me. You gotta give it.
I made Jay Leno grovel for an appearance, and then I told him no.
Yeah.
You stop picking on me. That's a war. You got a war.
A war.
I hope he's not setting me up.
Yeah, God forbid I should try to make a bit that people are interested in.
If I'm his friend.
The butt of his bullshit, then we got a problem. Because my dignity is on the line here. And he ain't got enough fame or money to fuck with my dignity. And he better know that. He can't play with my dignity and my character as a man. I yell and scream for decency and good things.
He's like a Superman.
You better know that, because he can't play with my dignity as a man. You better know that.
You know what sounds like Al Pacino, just about when he was going to have his nervous breakdown.
And Pat is great though. This is the greatest. You got to admit.
This is the part of the opera before he got upset, right?
But this is brilliant.
This is the preamp.
This is brilliant.
This is the.
So how could I?
This is a soliloquy. This is brilliant.
It is, but you got to get him going.
Shakespeare couldn't have written any better.
You got to find topics for him to talk about.
No, you can't have a hook.
You can't have a hook. Can't have a hook. God forbid we should have a hook.
Who can't have a hook?
You're about 45 seconds away from, I think,
complete explosion.
The Chuck Norris.
Oh, good. This is great.
That flies in right out of left field.
Evidently, he takes on Chuck Norris and Richard Lewis. So we mentioned that earlier. So Richard Lewis just called in a few minutes ago and said, "What's going on? I'm in Los Angeles. My mother just woke me up out of bed and said that Pat Cooper's mad at me and Chuck Norris." What did I do?
I put my family on the line on this show for this guy. Yeah, but meanwhile, Sam Kinison is his idol. A drug addict is his idol. That's okay. That he believes. Sam Kinnison's brother, he believes. He believes Sam Kinison. Don't believe Pat Cooper. Now I got to think. Well, I got three guys who claim you put me down. If I put Howard Stern down, I put it to his face. That's more than I can tell for some of these red bastards.
Do you sincerely seem upset about that?
Upset? I'm livid. That's why he invited me down here, because he wants me to battle with three asses. That's wrong. Why didn't he tell me that yesterday, Pat? The reason you're coming down is because we want you to have a big argument with three guys. You know what I tell him? Forget about it. I don't have to defend myself. Of what? What did I do wrong? Because three people said I said that Howard is bad. That's wrong. It's a lie. And I'm defending myself here, and I shouldn't do it. I got to get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning for this. So who is this man? God.
Who is this man?
Now he's Oh, now I'm in big trouble. Who is when he gives you that?
Yeah, who
that means you've arrived.
Think you are?
Yeah.
He plants seeds in his head, and you watch them grow.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He has arguments with himself.
Yeah, a mushroom.
It's like the opening of Disney. The rose just grows.
Yeah, right. It's filled with
in
hate.
living color.
He must really hate me.
Well, I don't think he hates you.
I do.
I think Pat is his own worst
me.
enemy.
I think he resents me.
I think that I don't think he really hates you.
Maybe because of the fame that I have.
He hates you at that minute. He would do anything to tear you down. You know, when he gets that rage at that moment, it's not even his fault.
It's emotion.
But it's funny.
He gets
great.
an idea.
I don't even mind that he hates me.
But he doesn't. It's not about hating you. In fact,
you think he hates himself?
Is Pat's inferiority complex coming to the fore, and he's saying, "You know what? I have to make this because this man is now so great. He thinks he's God."
I don't think anything like that. I go to bed at night thinking I'm the worst piece of garbage in the world.
But like I said, this is the stuff Pat tells himself.
Yeah.
Look at what he does with Letterman. Look at what he does with Leno.
Oh.
And he doesn't call me. I am a contributor.
He can't play with me. He can't intimidate me. I'll intimidate him. He's an educated man. But my common sense devours him. My common sense devours him. But he ain't put me on trial here today. Because I ain't taking that crap. Now, if he's looking for sweeps week and he wants me to be part of this bullshit, that's wrong. Wait a 3.5 months. I only called me 3 months ago. Why don't he invite me as a guest? Just say, well, Gary Delabate, so if you want to come on the show, if you sell something. I'm not a peddler. I'm not a peddler. Not a guy's got a push cart to come on Howard to say, I come on Howard because I'm a great guest.
Oh, boy.
Remember that. Let him know that.
What about Gary? What are your feelings right now?
Because Gary's a fall guy. Gary has to do whatever Howard says.
Oh, did I ever talk to you about Pat Cooper?
No.
I know. Have I ever told you what to...
In fact, it really is. Pat is one of the few guys that I don't talk to you about as a booking. So to say, hey, we can have this one and that one. You say, okay, this is good, that's good.
Right.
Pat, I just say, hey, Howard, by the way, Pat's coming in next Tuesday.
Fine.
And we don't
But
sit
do
there
you
and discuss.
understand that every time Gary wants to give him this olive branch and say you have an open door policy here,
He gets mad.
It's like, Pat, anytime you need us, come.
Right.
Anytime you got a booking, come. Anytime you want, and he's now saying, what am I, a peddler?
Yeah, I know. I've never seen a guy. I've never seen a guy get mad at me for saying, Pat, anytime you want to be here, you're welcome.
You know, if he's somebody that can't be, it's like if you tell Pat you're the greatest comedian on earth, he'd say, what, I suck on Mars?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's that.
But you can't say the right
There's
thing.
another subtle thing.
I know. I think also going on in the book that I said, because I said Jackie Mason was
the
great,
greatest, yeah.
it made him nuts.
It has.
But I'll tell you, there's another subtle thing with Pat.
I didn't know there was a competition between Jackie and
Well,
Pat.
there's a competition in Pat's head with everybody. See, he's also, you gotta remember that he tried to do that Catskills on Broadway thing.
Well, he says he left that.
And there's a big controversy as to who left who. And I think he's got feelings about that. And Jackie Mason goes on Broadway and he stays and stays.
See how I don't know. I've just been such a big Pat Cooper supporter that I'm always shocked when all this stuff comes out. But that's cool.
You know, when
psychiatrists better start calling in, Robin. This might be on you.
Secondary anxiety with delusions of persecution.
Yeah.
What, are you kidding me? Gary got these 3 guys who come on the show and Mayor Pat will have a big fun. This is not fun to me. This is not fun to me. I know what's fun. I know what's good for this show from me, from here. Not from these 3 assholes who could turn around and come on here and sneak behind here that they're waiting me to go on. I ain't going to go on.
So the history of these 3 guys is the
I don't know who they are. One guy said I bet Mount Howard and a butcher. Then he names the butcher. I never been that butcher. Then last week, the one guy turns around and says, can I advertise my lecture company? Then the other guy says, can I sell it to my brother Joe in California? What does that tell you about these 3 guys? I mean, what does that tell you? I says, Howard, what's that tell you? If they're really honest and everything, you don't do that. I want to come on this show, not to advertise I'm working in Las Vegas. I come on this show because I want to be a guest, not to advertise nothing. I don't use his show to advertise. And he's got guys over here that he kisses their ass. Remember, he loved Rose, he hated Roseanne, he hated Tom Arnold, now he's up their ass, not me. When I dislike it, it's over. That's hypocrisy. Let's talk about his hypocrisy. Let's see where he's going to come from. I'll give him fucking something to worry about. Because this is wrong. You don't fuck with people's life. You don't fuck with people's dignity.
I think he's spending too much time listening to the show, too.
That's what I think, too. I was going to say, it sounds like he listens 4 hours a day every day.
Or even worse, it sounds like maybe he gets some of his information secondhand, which is much more deadly.
Yeah.
But nothing's been said about him.
I don't know, but he's got something going on with me.
My dignity's worth more than anything. And I showed it on this show. And when I go against my mother, my sisters, my brothers, my uncles, my aunts, honestly, and give him the show, you should say, hey, wait a minute, not this guy. But he defended Sam Kinnison's brother the other day. When somebody says, Sam Kinnison's brother called you a Lola. I want to see the tape. I don't believe it. Sam Kinnison's my friend. Oh, Pat Cooper's not your friend. Pat Cooper's not your friend. Why, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Howard. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
It's three. There was 3.
Yes.
Oh.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Pat Cooper's not your friend. Pat Cooper's not your friend. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
But
you don't F with people's lives. You don't F with people's careers. He's up their ass. He's up their ass.
It's like Mammoth. A David Mamet play.
It's over.
We got to. I'll come back and finish the rest of these tapes.
There's only 20 seconds left on this one, and then it's in the John tape, which is next. He really
goes
off on those other people. I apologize.
Oh, the Richard Lewis and Chuck Norris.
There's only like 20 seconds left on this.
I could listen to this all day. Is everyone with me?
It's amazing.
I love it.
I keep wanting you to go back because I just could hear everything over again.
Well, we will. What we'll do is afterwards we'll put it to music.
Oh,
it's
good.
like an opera.
Because this is, I'm telling you, when Al Pacino turns and does that great speech, you're pulling me back in. This is Pat Cooper.
Well, Pat was up for that role, and they should have put him in it.
He could have been in Justice. This is fucking war. Because you're not going to use people for your fucking fame. I don't care if I never work another day in my life, but he can't do that to me. He won't do that to me. Because I'll wreck that fucking studio. I'll wreck that fucking studio. They'll have to carry me out of here. Because you're fucking with my life.
All right, Pat, thank you.
Thank you.
Scott's getting out.
The greatest thing of all of it is him pulling Chuck Norris into it. I mean,
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that
Chuck
reference.
Norris come from?
I don't know.
I mean, Richard Lewis is even a comedian.
Abraham Lincoln couldn't do that. Hercules couldn't do that to me.
Pulling in names.
You know, what I was going to say is there's a subtle thing with Pat. When you deal with people over a period of time, you either ignore little things or you just don't think of them. But I know one other thing that really has sort of irritated him that he's brought up to me from time to time. Do you remember about 5 years ago we had Pat at your birthday show?
Yeah.
We never had Pat back again to the birthday show. And I know that that's one of those things.
Why? What did happen?
Nothing. It's just that we try to get new people every year. One of the things on the birthday show is that...
Oh, so he feels he wasn't involved.
He must have thought he bombed on the birthday show.
No.
We wouldn't ask him back.
But a couple of times after, like, he'd come in a couple of weeks or a month or whatever after the birthday show, and he would just drop a little comment in passing.
And what would he say?
Just like, that he just said he wasn't there. That's all right. I wasn't at the birthday show. That's okay. I forgive you.
Right.
And I would just take it as sort of a joke. And I go, Pat,
it's got to be different every year, the birthday show. I don't know, man, but this is really weird.
Shush.
Because I really do like Pat.
You never know when you're... Who knew that Pat cared about the birthday show?
You don't know. You just don't know.
Learn to listen more carefully.
Yeah, you sure will. But I still maintain Pat doesn't have a sense of humor about himself. It's funny that all these people were calling the show.
But see, I thought he did, and I'll tell you why I thought Pat did. Because Pat was able to see the humor when you took his family tapes and did All in the Pat Cooper Family. He called up and he said, "That's funny."
Right.
And he was able to see that.
You think so?
Yeah, no, he said it was funny.
Did he?
Yeah, he loves...
So why isn't it funny when people are accusing him of bad-mouthing me all unrelated? Why? What's the difference?
He saw those tapes that you took where he was yelling at his family and you turned it into a bit and he thought it was funny.
We should play that. That's a great one. Let me turn into the Pat motif.
Well, that's one of the reasons he is so dear to me. The first Family Feud, the Pat Cooper Family Feud, happened on my birthday.
Yes, that was your birthday show.
That's right.
I remember I told you.
That show for me was one of the best shows we've ever had.
It was an excellent performance.
In honor of our princess.
And you know what my favorite feud is? What's that guy's Freddie Roman?
Oh,
when he did the Freddie Roman feud. You gotta give something back, Freddie. You gotta give something back.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that.
And I love this feud because even though I'm the brunt of it, I still think it's funny.
It's great.
It's very funny.
Oh, this is definitely heartfelt. That last line that he did, that gets you.
Want to hear that line again?
There was a part there that said...
Ooh, it chills you.
Okay, here's the line.
Why do you think he's saying no?
Wait.
Oh, you went the wrong way.
Now, Howard, you're in the wrong tape.
What?
Do that to me. He won't do that to me because I'll wreck that fucking studio. I'll wreck that fucking studio. They'll have to carry me out of here because you're fucking with my life.
Listen to the breathing.
Think about the movie clips that we've played. You've never heard emotion like that.
Oh, that's emoting.
This is acting.
That's acting. Hollywood, pay attention. All right, let's take a break.
A great man.
We'll take a break, and we'll hear more from Pat Cooper. There's plenty of hallway tapes. And maybe a little, for some of our newer markets,
Do that to me.
you will hear all in the Pat Cooper family.
Who this?
Cash.App, $MilkCratemarauder. Venmo, @MilkCratemarauder.
You stupid bastard.